This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. And now let's check in and see if CHARLEY-K1GZL is on frequency to bring us up to date on the latest 40-meter band propagation. Charlie's QTH is up north in northern New Hampshire, near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Charlie, got a copy?
Yes, Jim, I sure do. You're coming in 10 over 9 direct. From southern Indiana there. Very, very nice. This is K1GZL, Clarksville, New Hampshire. And how are you copying down there? Go ahead.
Copying just fine using the Milford SDR at 15 over this afternoon. Roger?
15 over this afternoon. Roger?
Okay, thank you very much. I want to give you a little bit of a contrast here on something. As I've mentioned, and I've played the recordings of Captain Mike, KX4 Whiskey Charlie, as he flies in the Boeing 707 from Philadelphia to Sacramento and a return trip. Now, he's at home. When he's home, he's in southwestern Virginia at a place called Abington, and that's not too far from Tennessee. However, I've got a back-to-back short, it's very short, recording of Captain Mike when he's talking about his garden in southwest Tennessee. He's just running an ICOM 7300 barefoot 100 watts to a dipole. And then when you hear him, he will be at Fort Wayne, Indiana at 37,000 feet, moving eastward at almost 600 miles per hour over the ground with a good tailwind and the temperature about 50-55 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit. So first, here is, I might have a little Ian in Australia on there, I'm not sure, but you'll hear Captain Mike talk about his garden. And then I'll switch over and you can hear him at 37,000 feet. Here he is.
Chain 4, Germany, Bravo Zulu, Kilo 3 Mike Oscar. Go ahead, Chris.
Now here's Captain Mike.
Just been working on the garden here in today. Anyway, 73 to you, Charlie, and I'll be listening for you guys tomorrow on K1GZL from...
Okay, now that was Captain Mike at home. Now here is... wait a minute. Here is Captain Mike at 37,000 feet near Fort Wayne.
Yeah, we're just northeast of Fort Wayne now.
Okay, I wonder if you copied that. I know that was short. KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger. I didn't notice much difference. He sounded the same one place or the other. Maybe, the aircraft microphone might just have been a little more mid-rangey, but in general, he sounded the same both ways.
He sounded the same both ways.
Well, it's remarkable. It's remarkable how that all works. To me, he is still Captain Mike, either if he were really sitting next to me, or at home in southwest Virginia, or at 37,000 feet. So the marvel of radio, is still incredible to me, considering I got my ticket back in 1948. Go ahead.
Roger. Now, I bet Captain Mike dumbfounds Mother Nature because she can never figure out where he's coming from.
Oh, yes. He is very diverse, and he's spread out like an octopi, right?
Roger. Well, how's everything else going up that way?
Oh, fine. Very fine in the early morning. In the last couple of days, we've had a tremendous undercast. I'm looking right out over the fog, over the valley floor, and you can see that on my QRZ. It's not a lake, anybody looking. It's fog. And after an hour or two after sunrise, it does dissipate. But everything is going real fine here, and I am trying to cut some branches off of a few trees that have grown precipitously, or whatever that word is, and out of one of my rooms, starting to cut down the visibility. So they are in the process of giving up the limb. Go ahead.
Roger that. And you know, I do believe that tree limbs and tree trunks do absorb RF energy. Now, obviously, probably, the higher the frequency, the more absorption that entity may bring. But even at HF frequencies, even down around 80 meters, I know that trees do conduct RF energy. I had a dipole antenna that the end of it ran over a limb. And I didn't think much of it, it went on and then tied off to the tree through an insulator and all that stuff, but part of the dipole did loop over a limb. Well, eventually come time to bring that dipole down, and I did notice that I was using RG6, I think somewhere around there, RG6 or something for the element on the dipole, and I noticed that right where it traversed over the limb, it had burnt the insulation right through the RG6 right into the limb. So don't be misled by the fact that trees wood is an insulator. It is, but as it's growing and it has I guess sap, it is more a conductor than one would think. Roger.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely, Jim. I do agree with you 100% because I've seen in the past at also other locations when the trees do grow up, it can absorb some of the RF going out. And, it's best to keep as much of the field plane of the antenna in the clear. That really helps. But you're coming a little bit of static right now here on 40, and here's a couple of seconds of your signal direct.
Wood is an insulator. It is, but as it's growing and it has, I guess, sap, it is more a conductor than one would think. Roger.
No, Roger. KC9VKV. I don't want to hold it too long. There may be many others that would like to get their rig tested out. And I appreciate, again, all the work you do, Jim, on helping other people out to get an idea of their audio and new rigs and the microphones and everything. KC9VKV, K1GZL, if I haven't faded away.
Roger, Charlie. Well, I have received something from ARRL, and I would like to read it. It's dated April 2nd, 2020. To James Ferguson, KC9VKV, 479 Island Drive, New Albany, Indiana, 47150, Good Operator Notice. Dear Jim, the ARRL takes great pleasure in informing you that one of our volunteer monitors has nominated you to receive the Good Operator Notice. You were selected due to your exemplary amateur radio operation and assisting other amateurs on 7188 on May 29th, 2020 from 1930 to 2100 UTC. The Volunteer Monitor Program is a joint program between the ARRL and the Federal Communications Commission to enhance the compliance in the amateur radio service. Thank you for setting a great example for all amateur radio operators and for your contribution to amateur radio. Sincerely, W. Riley Hollingsworth, K4ZDH, Program Coordinator, ARRL Volunteer Monitor Program. So that's real great, and I thank everyone that helped me get that, Charlie.
Oh, yes. Well, you certainly deserve it. You certainly deserve it, Jim. You've done a terrific job. You've done a tremendous job on more or less showing the value of the hobby, and it unites people. It brings people closer together, and the all one of our systems, and we're one. And I'm glad that the ARRL did honor you on this, and I think it's a very, very great honor for you, and you deserve it. You deserve it 100%. And again, congratulations. Go ahead.
Well, Charlie, and congratulations to you also for helping do your part in helping the network. Thank you so very much, Roger.
Thank you so very much, Roger.
Well, thank you so much, and it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure, and I just hope that the hobby will remain helpful, and it's an exciting thing to get into new exploratory facets of the situation, communicating antennas, transmitters, new technology. It all comes together. It all comes together, and it shows the absolute value of the hobby, and extremely so when it comes to all kinds of emergencies that might arise. So, Jim, I want to thank you again for another good QSO, and we'll try to catch you next Friday there, unless we have a thunderstorm. One of those. Yikes. KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie, and hopefully we'll have another year at least of fine QSOs on 7188 on the Qso-Vlog net. Threes to you, Charlie. Stay cool up that way, and keep your head down virus-wise. And we'll catch you next Friday. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. My name is Jim, and I'm better known in some circles as Dr. VKV. And we're recording now live till 5. So if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We'll post this recording up on YouTube in the next couple of days. So when you go to YouTube, just do a call letter search for KC9VKV. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, and that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page. And on that page, you'll be looking for one Qso-Vlog entitled My Group AIRCHECK 8/14/20. Again, My Group AIRCHECK 8/14/20, today's date. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.